23. He lives in Germany. His parents are like, you be straight, okay? And go to this school and come out an officer or we'll disown you. And he's all like, okay, well, there's a war going around. This is not so shitty compared to the latter option, so I'm just gonna go to this school and hang my life. And he writes to Rainer Maria Rilke because he's like, is my writing any good? Should I pursue being a writer or should I be an officer? And this is the first reply from Rainer Maria Rilke. My dear sir, your letter only reached me a few days ago. I want to thank you for its great and kind confidence. I can hardly do more. I cannot go into the nature of your verses, for all critical intention is too far from me. With nothing can one approach a work of art so little as with critical words. They always come down to more or less happy misunderstandings. Things are not always so comprehensible and expressible as one would mostly have us believe. Most events are inexpressible, taking place in a realm which no word has ever entered, and more inexpressible than all else are works of art, mysterious existences, and the life of which ours passes away, endures. After these prefatory remarks, let me only tell you further that your verses have no individual style, although they do show quiet and hidden self-will, beginnings of something personal. I feel this most clearly in your last poem, My Soul. There's something of your own wants to come through to word and melody. In the lovely poem, Tulip Hardy, there is perhaps grow up some sort of kinship with that great solitary man. Nevertheless, the poems are not yet anything on their own account, nothing independent. Even the last and the Once in a Party, your kind letter, which accompanied them, does not fail to make clear to me various shortcomings which I felt in reading your verses without, however, being able specifically to name them. You ask whether your verses are good. You ask me. You have asked others before. You send them to magazines. You are compared with other poems, and you are disturbed when certain editors reject your efforts. Now, since you have allowed me to advise you, I beg you to give up all that. You are looking outward, and that above all you should not do now. Nobody can counsel and help you. Nobody. There's only one single way. Go into yourself. Search for the reason that bids you to write. Find out whether it is spreading out its roots in the deepest places of your heart. Acknowledge to yourself whether you would have to die if it were denied for you to write. This above all, ask yourself in the stillest hour of the night, must I write? Delve into yourself for a deep answer, and if this should be affirmative, if you may meet this earnest question with a strong and simple, I must, then build your life accordingly to this necessity. Your life, even its most indifferent and slightest hour, must be assigned to this urge and testimony to this. Then draw near to nature. Then try like some first human being to say what you see and experience and love and lose. Do not write love poems. Avoid at first those forms that are too facile and commonplace. They are the most difficult, for it takes a fully matured and great power to give something of your own where good and even excellent traditions come to mind in quantity. Therefore, save yourself from these general themes and seek those of your everyday life and what it offers you. Describe your sorrows and desires, passing thoughts, and a belief in some sort of beauty. Describe all these with loving, quiet, humble sincerity, and use to express yourself the things in your environment, the images from your dreams, and the objects of your memory. And if out of this turning inward, out of this absorption into your own world, verses come, then it will not occur to you to ask the world if these verses are any good. Nor will you try to interest magazines in your poems, for you will see them in your own fond natural possession, a fragment and a voice of your own life. A work of art is good if it has sprung from necessity. In this nature of its origin lies the judgment of it. There is no other. Therefore, my dear sir, I know no advice for you to save this. To go into yourself and test the depths of which your life take rise, and at its source you will find the answer to the question whether you must create. Accept it, just as it sounds, without inquiring into it. Perhaps it will turn out into what you call to be an artist. Then take that destiny upon yourself and bear it. and its burden and to its greatness without ever asking what recompense might come from outside. For the Creator must be a world for himself and find everything in himself and in nature to whom he's attached himself. And what more shall I say to you? Everything seems to me to have is just emphasis. Oh God. Have you ever like watched that one skit where like, I think it was like Will Ferrell, and he's like, I put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Or like, so now whenever I say like emphasis, I say emphasis, and it like makes you sound really like eloquent. And after I do not want to advise you to only to keep growing quietly and seriously throughout your whole development, you cannot disturb it more rudely than by looking outward and expecting from outside replies to question that only your own innermost feeling in your own hushed hour can perhaps answer. Yours faithfully and with all sympathy, Rita Maria Roca. So like, amazing book, Letters to a Young Poet. If you're ever like, I don't know, just feeling like I need to depend too much on outside perspective, a third-party perspective to see if you are a great writer, a great artist, a great lover, whatever. Amazing book. Good times.